Straight TV, runinga inayokusanya, kuchambua, kupekua na kumpa mtazamaji suluhu thabiti kwa matatizo yanayokumba jamii kwa jumla. Hii ni Straight TV, your imperial and critical online news channel.
Vijana katika kaunti ya Migori na Maembe wanakumbana na changamoto za kiafya si haba, baadhi yazo zikiwa tamaduni potofu za ukeketaji wa mtoto wa kike, ndoa za mapema, mimba za mapema zikichukua nafasi pana kwa msichana wa kike na maambukizi mapya ya virusi vya ukimwi. Baada ya ujio wa korona, nilizuru kaunti hizi mbili pamoja na kisiwa cha Rusinga kubaini hali halisi ya mambo, haswa vipi idadi ya watu inachangia katika ugavi wa rasilimali upande wa afya uzazi, pamoja na uvuvi kama kitega uchumi karibu na ziwa Victoria. Wataalam wanadadisi kuwa kuongezeka kwa mimba za mapema zimeongezeka eneo hili, ila mbinu tofauti za kienyeji sasa zimezinduliwa.
2018 you can see reduction, and this is because of the interventions that we've put in place.
Kukomesha mimba hizi za mapema Maembe na Migori, washikadau tofauti kupitia serikali za kaunti wamelivalia njuga suala hili kwa kuzindua elimu ya vyumba maalum vya afya kwa jina Preventative Household Education ama PHEs. Haya yote yakiunganishwa kwenye data iliyokusanywa na kuchanganuliwa na wataalam tofauti, ikiwemo idara ya idadi nchini na wizara ya bajeti, ambayo hubaini ni rasilimali gani zinahitajika katika eneo hili kwa ajili ya kupanga miradi na huduma. Katika kisiwa cha Rusinga, matumizi ya data ya afya ya idadi ya watu inazidi kuwa bora na inazidi kuwa mbinu mwafaka inayotumika katika juhudi za kutibu shida za kiafya zilizoenea na kukuza mazoea mazuri ya kiafya. Kutana naye Joshua Okundi ambaye hutumia upekee wake wa kilimo cha maembe kufundisha vijana juu ya afya uzazi na upangaji uzazi.
I decided because some people, when you go to their farm, they put them closer. And therefore I tell them, if you put them closer, what will be the end results? So here I'm having my teaching aids. So when they are sitting down here, because usually we don't even need a tent and other things, or a tent like shade. Here we have a very good shade. People just put their whatever down, we sit down and then we discuss. And so they see if they are close, the ones that are close, do they give fruits? No. If they are apart, each and every plant will produce fruits. And likewise, that's what's happening to human beings. When spacing is proper, then things will just be work okay. Mm-hmm. I'm telling them and myself, my last born is almost 20 years. Mm-hmm. I'm only having 3 girls. It doesn't matter. They are children. I'll be having my grandchildren. They are also there. So this one is what matters. But you have to have the load that you can carry. That's what we have been trying to elaborate in our women.
The opportunity to visit the model homes and see how they've been able to manage themselves is actually an eye-opening opportunity. It shows us that health, social development actually begins at the household level. It's a product of ownership by the people. And what we're able to see in those households is that household members are fully subscribed to the principle of sustainable development, where they have built some sort of an harmony between their health, their environment, and their consumption. But it starts with the knowledge and the buy-in from the community. So it therefore tells us that if all of us as partners, agencies of the UN, NGOs, development partners, and the government can work to get community ownership, build community knowledge, and support the community members to actively lead in providing solutions to their own problems, we are going to be on the path to sustainable development and achieve national development objectives.
Ni mifano ambayo anajumuisha kwa urahisi kwenye shamba lake akifunza juu ya afya ya uzazi.
Fish pond also, you see the nutrition. Sometimes even if I'm even advising them to go closer to have these fish ponds. So these fish ponds, even if you have a small one, you can even have even 100 or 300 pieces of fish. That one also will help you to have your fish when you want fish. Eat fish in that particular day, you will have your fish in your compound. So these ones are some of the things that we want. At least not every time we want fish, we go to the lake, because the fish in the lake are almost over and people are really craving for them. People are rushing for them. So what about if you have a small place like this and you can get water, and even you can get through rain catchment? If you have a tank, you can have your fish. You want, even when it is late and you want to eat fish, you take a net, you put in, you cast in the pond, or you can even use a line. You scoop even 3 or 4. You eat. So these are some of the things we want. That home to have fruits are there, fish, vegetables, and milk. The remaining one you can even go. Meat is also not a necessary thing these days.
Joshua anaishi na ulemavu, ila ni mmoja wa wengi ambao wamekubali kujihusisha na mpango wa nyumba za afya, akitumia shamba lake la maembe kama mfano wa upangaji uzazi.
I was affected by polio several years back when I was young. And then from there I was taken to the hospital. I stayed there. From the hospital I came up with a wheelchair. I learned several techniques which I knew I was going to be permanently on a wheelchair. From wheelchair, I managed to be on crutches. After crutches, I can now walk. I learned several things. But now, farming has become into my blood. And therefore, because there are certain things here which you see I cannot do myself. Some people are now coming to help me to do them. I'm also having a source of employment. I'm having even 3 women working there. 3 gentlemen. You saw those 2 who are carrying a generator, and they are also staying with me. They are getting their money from me, and also I'm also training them. When they leave this place, they'll be in a certain state whereby they will not even say that if you are not employed, you cannot survive. Therefore, when we plant them, we also encourage them to have fruits, because fruits also are very important in nutritional purposes. This one, each and every member of our group during training, they get seedlings from our nursery. Also, we visit them in their areas and therefore we advise them. There are some which needs referral, especially concerning matters pertaining family planning, matters pertaining HIV, matters pertaining nutritional purposes. Then we can even refer them to the Kogembo dispensary so that they learn there what is going on. We also train them the importance of taking clean water, using everything around you, and then in your environment. Do you have a kitchen garden? Like here you can see I'm having different kinds of veggies which we can even use in our home.
In terms of family planning, we relate it most of the time with the shambas that we go to. When you go to the shamba, obviously you'll have to make your shamba clean, you'll have to weed. After weeding, you expect a good yield. So it relates with our families. When you go to our home, anytime you have spacing of your kids, when we do our family planning, one, we are assured of our kids having a good, healthy life. Because when you have one kid and a space of at least a good space, then there'll be a lot of love given for the kids. So the next kid, when the other kid is coming, there'll not be much of isolation. The kids will not feel that is pushed aside because the other one has already come in. So we relate it with our shambas as well. When you go to our shambas, when you have at least one plant, even just a single tree you put it, you have enough time to weed it and water it. So instead of putting variety of them that will consume most of your time, and you'll have to go and neglect some of them. It's like our kids. Most of us, if we don't plan our families, we have a lot of kids that others we don't even have time to attend for them, because all along or whatever we are thinking of is how to give them food and how to make them safe. So you'll find there's so much that you cannot attend as a parent. So you'll have to, family planning helps us at least. By coming here, we relate it with our shambas, we take care of our kids, just the same way we take care of our shambas.
Maureen ni mmoja kati ya vijana wanaonufaika na mbinu yake Joshua.
Nimewaleka hapa. So at the moment, we take Mwalimu as our mentor. Mwalimu Okunde is our mentor around here. We've learned so much from him because after coming in the group, I joined the group like 2 years ago. After coming the group, joining the group, I came to realize the importance of being in the group, but I should also learn to maintain my family, keep my family safe, and also healthy as well. So basically, we've learned a lot by coming here, because he doesn't only go on the direction of farming, he also teaches us on the importance of maintaining our family and our kids, and especially now during these corona manners when our kids are at home. So we also have learned that we have to engage our kids in the farming business so that we keep them busy most of the time. So far we've learned a lot by coming here.
Kaunti ya Homa Bay na Migori ni miongoni mwa kaunti zinazoongoza kwa mimba za mapema na hata tamaduni potofu, jambo ambalo kwake Joshua anapendekeza kumtunza mtoto wa kiume zaidi.
You know, there's been a lot about girl child, and the boy child is left out. So the boys, most of people are doing these ones are boys. They need to be awareness should be created in them, and they should see the penalties of after doing this will happen to them, and at the same time they should know how they are interfering with the life of others, because they will be continuing, others will be down nursing their children. So it is not a one-man past thing, but wherever we are, we have to talk to them, and we have to try to bring some traditional aspects whereby how do we treat our children. You know, this time it is totally different with in the old days. This time I can meet somebody's daughter or somebody's son. They are doing some kind of lab activities by the road. If you try to come in, the parents will be harsh on you. But initially, the child in the olden days was for the community. If you make a mistake, somebody should not wait for your parents to come. They are to discipline you. So this one is also another aspect. Some of them are being created by our parents. And some younger people now, you see, like, it is quite sad. You find you are having the mother, and your daughter is also your wife, or a brother and a sister in the same family. So they should know that gap. They should know they respect one another. So these ones are some of the things we are lacking. It is just creating proper awareness that should start from up to the grassroots.
Ili kuziba pengo la ukosefu wa elimu kati ya jamii katika kaunti hizi na afya zao, serikali na wadau kama UNFPA na NCPD pamoja na serikali wanatumia mfumo huu wa PHE kutatua matatizo yanayowakumba, kama anavyodokeza mwakilishi wa UNFPA Daktari Ademola Olajide.
Before the onset of COVID-19, Homa Bay County is unfortunately one of the counties that had a high prevalence of teenage pregnancy. And so what is important now is for us to really interrogate the data, understand what are the drivers of teenage pregnancy in Homa Bay, interrogate the data to see what sections are much more vulnerable and why are they vulnerable, and then begin to work with government in a comprehensive manner to ensure that we address teenage pregnancy comprehensively, dispassionately, based on the evidence and in the best interest of not only the teenage girls, but also the teenage boys. Because preliminary information has indicated that the larger majority of teenage pregnancy is consequent to peer-to-peer intercourse. Therefore, we need to be driven by the evidence to get solutions that are in their best interest.
This one is when I left my job almost 7 years back, I was staying here. Now it is like a store. But after that, the little money we generated from this place, from banana, fruits and other things, fish, and the nursery, enabled me now to erect that house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is a what?
When I was a teacher, I was staying here.
Uh-huh.
Now when I'm a farmer, I've managed to acquire some money to build that house.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a farmer, I've also managed to save some little money from whatever, and I'm now having a small vehicle that I can move with whenever I'm going to visit people, because it used to take me a long time going with the picky here and there. But now I have the vehicle I can move I can even, after fueling, I can even drive it myself. I just go there, visit my farmers, and then come back. So this one is at least something that's coming up. And because of this, my children have gone to, I've been taking them to school, and now I'm having some of my grandchildren here. Their father was murdered, but they are staying with me. They are young, they are going to very good schools because of what I'm doing here. So
when it comes to matters family planning, what would you comment on young people?
The most important thing, that you should not bite something that you cannot chew. Because you have a woman, you want to produce more children. Nowadays, the quality of a child will depend on the kind of school that a child goes to. So the most important thing, have the few that you can manage. Because after a while, the world is too big. You are not supposed to be, you are not supposed to fill the whole earth. Let other people also do the same job. You have proved that you can give a child, you can give birth, 2 or 3 or 4. Not bad, but having 10, that one is a kind of a big rope around your neck, your hand, and therefore you cannot even eat well. The children also not be able to eat well. We don't want to grow thieves, but we want those who will be able to assist us in future. Your
county records a lot of teenage pregnancies, and you teach about family planning. What would you say about it?
That one is something that is becoming too rampant, and it is too sad. Especially those who are impregnating these girls are even adult people. And because they are young, some of them usually fall into those traps. But I categorically, whenever we meet, we advise them. Sometimes the youths are coming here, we teach them the disadvantages of early pregnancies, because your life will be thwarted. But whenever we have such, especially within the facility, those where we are working, we follow the right channel. We take them, we have to make sure that these ones are reported, and therefore actions are taken.
Kupitia data na takwimu, serikali ya Homa Bay kupitia gavana wao wamekumbatia mfumo huu wa PHE. Matatizo inayohusiana na ujauzito na kuzaa ndio sababu kuu ya vifo vya wasichana kati ya umri wa miaka 15 hadi 19, huku 9% ya wanawake wanaoaga dunia hospitalini wakiwa vijana.
Very important. That's why in case there is anything, that one help the government to plan. Without me availing myself and the kind of family I have, then how will the government plan? Because the government also want to plan to feed such a number of people. But if I deny them that one, so it is important when such activities. Even I have a very big black book which is containing population and others. I read them. I see what is taking place. So there is nothing that we should hide now. The government is our father, and we have to give out everything. When you are sick, the government take care of you, and when you are many, the government has to know the kind of family that you have. So it is something quite practicable.
Okay, this data concern, we have fertility data or fertility statistics, and we have that is mortality statistics. Fertility statistics gives the exact population in a given area. Now, it is important that this person understands that the government needs to know that they are there for the government to plan for them. So that's why it's important that they report all the events. The government cannot plan for what is not there. Yes.
Policy action and decision must be based on evidence. When policy decisions are based on evidence, that it impacts directly upon the needs of the people and improves the quality of the lives of the people, as well as ensure that the interventions are efficient. What we've been able to see traveling around Migori and Homa Bay County is that we can further strengthen the data management systems, the civil registration and social statistics, vital statistics systems of government, such that we can have a straight line from the community's data up until national and county government decision making. Our aim is to ensure that the people themselves understand the need to provide the information is appropriately provided, and policymakers and managers are able to interpret that to guide decision making. It is key to achieving national development objectives. It is key to achieving the ICPD 25 commitments, and the mandate that UNFPA supports the government to push forward.
But when you plant, during propagation, you plant this one here. That was the mother. So when we planted this one, it will take about 2 years or less than 2 years to start bringing what? Fruits. So unlike the old one, if you, let me say, if you take those ones, just carry that one. This one, if you plant it, it will take almost 7, 8, 10 years before it starts giving fruits. So this one will take a shorter time.
I think what the old man showed us yesterday, by using the way he spaces out his mango trees to demonstrate the significance of family planning, shows us the importance of indigenous knowledge and community-based knowledge and solutions to addressing big societal problems. It shows us the importance of what people can see, visual impressions on community members. And I do think that we need to all work with the community to ask them, what level of indigenous knowledge can we leverage to pass the message on teenage pregnancy, to pass the message on GBV, to pass the message on child survival? Because as it has worked for family planning using mango trees, it can also work for any other social development challenge.
Kulingana na shirika la afya duniani WHO, asilimia 98 ya wasichana wajawazito ambao hunusurika kifo wakijifungua huacha shule. Hali ya mimba za mapema nchini Kenya iko katika kiwango cha juu zaidi, huku wasichana 82 wakijifungua watoto kwa kile wanawake 1000 wanaojifungua. Wasichana 13,000 wakisimamisha kwenda shule kila mwaka kwa sababu ya mimba za mapema.
To the young people, that life is not something that you can get on a golden platter. You have to work. And wherever you are, you can generate money. Not that you go to town to get money. You can even start a small business, and then that one will enable you to reach somewhere. Start even planting some veggies, sell them, you'll get money. Cuckoos, keep them, you'll get money. And even mangoes. Let me say, I planted even 10 mangoes, which you buy them here at 200 shillings each. That one is 2,000. Then you keep them for 5 years. Then each mango will be giving you not less than 500 fruits.
Nikiripotia Straight News, mimi ni Ode Francis.
This is Straight TV, where we collect, interpret, investigate and provide dependable solutions of the problems in our society. This is Straight TV, your imperial and critical online news channel.